hopefully it should be now live on the thing. So, hi guys. Hope you're ready for this long marathon of the stream. Welcome my compatriot for this stream. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Starlight Endless.
They are a streamer that they have come along with us back from the Nova SMP, and they just been having fun with me on occasion with other streams, which I'll actually link them down in the description as well, so that way people you'll be able to find them when they ever do go live, since I know your laptop's been having a little bit of issues.
Yeah, I need to get a new laptop. So no streams until then, but yeah. Soon, TM.
Soon, TM. Yeah, so I'll at least link their Twitch into the description so you guys would be able to see it. But, a little context for this game. Angels with Scaly Wings is a visual novel with multiple different endings, and one truly bad and one truly good ending, based off of previous experiences. I've previously completed this game on a different computer, but going into this, I am hoping that because of the context, it does not influence the path onto this computer. But who knows to see? We'll just have to see where it goes. But I guess let's begin. Oh yeah, I forgot to I named my character Eclipse in this. You wish to return once more, Eclipse? Very well. Enlightenment. Chapter 1. I love the art for this game. It's a very nice art style. Is the music sound good too?
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. Do you want to be the protagonist, or do you want me to be the protagonist?
You.
Okay. I awoke from uneasy dreams, looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. Just for a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. After a good stretch, I was around the room, illuminated by sunlight coming in from the window. Outside in the distance, the portal I had emerged from proudly stood on the peak of a small hill. Getting ready, I noticed something lying on the table. It was the note Remy had left for me in case I needed anything, along with his own home phone number and work number. There was also some numbers for delivery of food and other necessities, as well as emergency and even janitorial services. He had certainly thought of everything, even though I now had wondered what a dragon plumber might look like. My musings were interrupted when the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, I was met by another dragon. So it turns out you've seen this before. Either you could watch this again, or you could save some time and just skip to the character selection. No, don't skip ahead. As you wish. Remy! Oh no, this is Sebastian. Do you want to take Sebastian?
Nah. Not yet.
Okay. So, okay.
I'll take the one that speaks to me.
Okay, yeah, keep in mind, I think there's maybe 6 to 8 dragons, so, yeah, I will play Sebastian myself. Okay, I'll just make a little note as well, because I know this is probably going to take a while. Hello.
Yeah, true.
You must be Eclipse. I'm Sebastian. I'll be your escort or security. I suppose I usually work for the police, though. Nice to meet you. He seemed a lot smaller than Remy. Remy is, by the way, the white dragon you probably saw on the titles card. So, and when he somewhat nervously extended his arm toward me, I noticed he apparently only walked on his hind legs, the 2 forelimbs instead of having distinct arms, hands, and fingers. Would you like to shake his hand, not shake his hand, or kiss his hand?
Shake his hand.
When I took his hand in mine to shake it gently, I could feel the individual bumps and scales on his rough skin. Nice to meet you too, Sebastian. So where are you taking me? Straight to business, eh? We're going to visit the planet where they're making your generators. They have some new ones for your server. So, yeah, a little bit of context. We come from Earth, there's a portal, and basically it's a portal connecting to this equivalent Earth where there's, like, dinosaurs and dragons and stuff. And basically we've been talking back and forth, and eventually they sent us, the main character, to come through for power, because we're in a post-apocalyptic world, pretty much. Reza will be there too. Sounds great. Just follow me. While we walked, I was under the impression we were purposefully avoiding the busier parts of town, and instead of straying towards the edges and small alleys as not to garner too much attention. Even then, we got the occasional stare. Just after a couple of minutes, we arrived to our destination, where we were met by Reza, as well as yet another dragon, a vicious-looking beast that didn't stay close to him. Yeah, another one. Do you want to be Reza?
Sure. Hey.
Reza, a long time no see. I'm gonna definitely make a note.
How true? Yeah. How true that is. Good to finally see another human face around here. What a coincidence to have you, of all people, show up.
Yeah, I guess those degrees aren't so useless after all. By the way, who's your friend?
Just my bodyguard, same as yours. Don't bother with him. He doesn't talk much.
My gut says he looks grumpy.
That's what he always looks like. And yes, that does mean he's always grumpy.
The two dragons.
Apologies in advance for my dyslexia.
That's what makes it funnier, because I stumble over my words. The two dragons exchanged a few words, and I met the gaze of a larger, tenebrous, dragon a few paces from us. Sebastian turned toward me and spoke up again. Hey, Eclipse, this is Maverick. Do you want to be Maverick?
Sure.
Mr. Grumpy Pants.
Grumpy.
Let's see here. Give me a second, I got a notification. Yes, I'm just getting Happy New Year's from other people. Which is definitely very fun. Yeah, okay. So, Clips is Maverick. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, whatever. Just don't expect me to give you any special treatment like everyone else is, and we'll be good.
Yeah,
Grumpy,
you say
grumpy,
that
grumpy.
now. What are you talking about?
So you're saying you haven't noticed the stairs and how they all treat you like you're the next messiah or something?
No, I just thought...
We're not the ones making a big deal out of this, you know. You are. We're just here to get what we need, what we agreed on, and then we'll be gone. If anything, I'd actually prefer if you left us alone, but you're the one who insisted on following me around wherever I go. Grumble, 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 grumble.
I love the music. It's very chill, and I like it. A growl escaped at the darker dragon's trembling lips as he bared his teeth at Reza. Alright, that's quite enough. Let's just all go inside already, shall we? After you. Flaps. The crisis was quickly averted as we entered the building, which was characterized by its many floors, high ceilings, and long, narrow hallways as Sebastian led us to our destination. Hey, precious big girl. Is it okay if I take her? I honestly, out of all the characters, she's one of my favorites.
No.
There you are. I was waiting for you. Wait a minute. I thought you were going to meet the guys from production. What are you doing here? They're only coming in later today, so you'll just have to make do with me. I see. Well, Eclipse, this is Anna. She kind of manages this building, though actually she's more involved with the research wing rather than production and engineering. Nice to meet you. My pleasure. I have something for you. By the way, it'll take them a while to make all the generators we promised, but we got one for you here. Feel free to send it home to give to tests.
That's great. I'll take it.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, I was taking a drink.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. Looks a little small if you ask me. Don't underestimate its power, and so do be careful not to drop it.
Sure. I'll be waiting outside when you're, while you do your thing, Eclipse.
I suppose I'll wait for you outside as well. What thing? Oh, have you brought the PDA? Of course, here we go. Alright, now to give this thing a test run. The PDA lit up as her hand swiftly moved across its interference and calculated motions. By the way, would you consider letting me run some tests on you as well? It'd only take a drop of your blood. What? Why? I work in biology, so obviously this kind of thing would be very interesting to us. I'll share the results with you, of course. What do you say? Because I know my answer.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, sure, why not? Because that was my answer as well. Great! She was quick to produce a small device from a drawer, which from a glance reminded me a lot of a test tube. Now, if you'll give me your hand, please. As I reached out to her, she took my hand into hers. Before she pressed the device into the back of my hand, I winced as a pain jolted through my hand. Something sharp drove itself through my skin. Shortly after, a droplet of blood was sucked into the tube attached to the small needle. Thanks! You're welcome? Looks like your PDA is good, by the way, so we're just about done here. And since we're both in biology, it would be interesting if you would want to meet me some other time as well. Here's my number. Alright. See you soon. That was interesting.
Did she ask for your blood too?
Yeah.
Did you give it to her?
Do you want to lie or tell the truth?
That's up to you.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell the truth because yes.
Oh, well, it's your choice. You got no idea what they might do with it, though.
I'm getting hungry. How about some breakfast?
I'm all for it. I can't stand early mornings like this.
Like,
true facts.
Yes, true facts. Also, it's been a while since I've seen his face, but like his face though just gives weird vibes.
Yeah.
Like
he's up to something.
Yes. Because I forgot most of the story. I just remember basic bits. That shouldn't be a problem. There's a cafe not far from here. What do you say, Marvs?
I wouldn't mind to go grab a bite myself.
That settles it then. So it turns out you've seen this before. Either you could watch it again, or we could save some time and skip to the investigation. No, don't skip ahead. As you wish. Oh. Luckily for us, I accidentally fast forwarded, so I had to jump back up. Luckily for us, the cafe was mostly empty when we arrived, as it was still pretty early in the day. Reza was quick to lead me to a table for two, prompting the dragons to get one of their own at the other side of the restaurants.
Finally, I can't stand that guy being on my tail all damn time.
Let's see, they say it's following security. It does seem rather strange that they need someone following us ever. Maybe it just likes you. What are your thoughts? Security?
Middle one.
Yeah, it does seem rather strange that they need someone following us ever, because that was my first gut feeling.
Yeah, I'm not buying their shtick about how it's keep us safe.
We were approached by an individual who appeared to be the waitress of the cafe. She was an interesting-looking dragon who, unlike the others I had seen so far, was more akin to a wyvern, pressing two rather large wings as her forelimbs, which resembled those of an oversized bat. Do you want to take her or do you want me to take her?
You take.
Okay. Oh, it's the humans. So you were able to correctly identify the species. Wait, where? Or, oh, it's a dragon.
No, it's a dragon.
Oh, it's a dragon. Reza's just like, grumble. That's a good one. Welcome to our establishment. My name's Adine, and I'll be a waitress today. What can I bring for the two of you? You know what? I want to go for today's special. What do you think?
Yeah, me too. Just make it quick.
Sure
Grumble.
Sure thing. Two specials coming right up. And I'm just going to make a note that I'm playing Adine, because obviously we're playing, I want to make sure we have this.
As I was saying, if you look at the big picture, don't you think there's just something off about this whole place? Where is it really? If it's supposed to be completely separate from Earth, or even different dimensions, some things just don't add up. Don't you think so too?
I want to say I'm not sure, but what do you think? Not sure, notice it too, or let me just grab my tinfoil hat real quick.
That's up to you. You get to pick.
I'm gonna say I'm not sure.
I can't really say much more with you-know-who over there. He's probably listening to us right now.
What do you think of Maverick? Is he charming? He doesn't seem too bad, or he's a creep to you?
Yeah, he's grumpy. He's not necessarily a creep yet.
Yeah, so let's go with he doesn't seem so bad to me. When I let my gaze wander, I saw that Maverick was looking in my direction. Our eyes met briefly, his expression not showing any discernible emotion, while I wondered whether it had been a coincidence or it really was able to hear us from the distance.
I do have some theories, and if I'm right, we may be in trouble.
What kind of trouble? What are you talking about?
Shh, be quiet. I'll let you know more as soon as I can, but for now, let's just play along. After all, we already have one of these babies. What?
The generators.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pats the car like the salesman meme. Like,
this baby can hold so many power.
You patted the generator box for emphasis.
God knows we need them.
Oh, there she comes. The female returned, astounded with me with her ability to balance dishes on the edges of her wings. She placed her forelimb on the table, then proceeded to move the dishes from her wing to us in the gentle push of her snout. There you go. Watch out, Tots. I'm gonna say thanks. She's too precious not to say thanks to. You're welcome. Apparently today's today's special consisted of an odd-looking fish of some sort. I was probably a little hesitant to try it, but considering the steam coming from it, it was probably better to wait a few minutes anyway. When the waitress brought out meals to the two dragons across the cafe and exchanged a few words with them, Reza leaned forward and whispered something to me.
I'll send you a letter with a coded message later. You'll know what to do.
Reza rose from his seat before he made it known to me that he still had a few things to do and left the restaurant, followed shortly after by the larger of the two dragons.
Totally took the fish with him.
But you haven't even touched
no.
fish.
Damn it.
I didn't.
Why did you take your fish?
Because it's dragon food and humans don't like dragons. I wasn't in a hurry, so I spent a few more minutes in contemplation while I looked out the window. Not that this whole situation wasn't already bizarre enough. There was also now the vague sense of danger conveyed by Reza's earlier words. I did not even have any idea what kind of threat that might be lurking out there. Eventually, I took a bite of my somewhat unusual breakfast. While I already thought the smell was quite peculiar, the taste had been even worse. I imagined it might be the kind of delicacy that had an acquired taste, one that I certainly hadn't acquired yet. I decided to get outside before it's too late. Are you done? Sure am. How'd you like it? I'll just say it's probably not for me. And you wouldn't be the only one to say that. You better wait outside just in case it decides to come out again. Sure thing. I step outside, taking in the scenery of the strangely familiar world. In the short time I was here, I already found the similarities between their worlds and our own utterly fascinating. After all, we were talking about an unmapped place with a never-seen form of life. As far as discoveries were concerned, even something as simple as a new unicellular organism or even bacteria would have been remarkable. Yet here I was, standing in the middle of a village evidently built by this race of intelligent, talking dragons with a society not unlike our own. Reza didn't seem to share the same interests and was instead more smitten with the generator, but given our reasons for coming here in the first place, I couldn't blame him for his enthusiasm being focused on somewhere else. My thoughts were interrupted as something suddenly zipped past me, just a little too close, causing me to stumble back. It was a rather small dragon with a big clamped in its maw, who apparently had somewhere to be. I regained my footing and watched it as it disappeared into the distance. Even though I'd seen enough dragons to recognize their variations in size, color, and other attributes, I guess this one must have been a juvenile of its species. Shortly after, Sebastian joined me outside, having taken care of the tab. I gave her a generous tip on your behalf. I hope you don't mind. What do you say? We're like...
First one.
Yeah, of course not, as long as I don't have to pay the bill. Don't worry about it. In any case, now that you've given us the PDA and Reza the generator, you're free today. So if you want to go anywhere in particular, just let me know. Or I could show you around town. I was tempted to be given a tour, but considering Reza's words, I wanted to be careful not to stray too far without knowing more about this world first. I think I'll stay home today. I still have to get used to everything, you know? I'll just accompany you back then. There we are. Home sweet home, for now at least. Well, if you need anything, I'll be outside until my shift ends. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, see you tomorrow. See ya. I hadn't really looked at the apartment much, so I spent the rest of the day investigating it and relaxing. I considered checking out some of the phone numbers Remy had left for me, but I thought it would be better to keep a low profile for now. I found the kitchen fully stocked with plenty of groceries, though the variety was wasted on me. I hadn't been a particularly great cook in the first place, but what was more, I didn't even recognize some of the things I found there. Whether they were edibles that we had back at home that I just didn't know about, or something completely alien, I wasn't sure, but I didn't want to take the risk of eating anything I didn't know. After all, it was possible that some of the cosmetics might be fine for them to eat, but still be poisonous to us. I was glad to find a shelf that was filled to the brim with a variety of books. While I found the subject of the matter, man, myth, or reality, to be quite intriguing, I had just given up just a few pages due to the exceptionally dry writing style, which I wasn't inclined to enjoy at the moment. In the end, I settled for an adventure novel about a dragon archaeologist who stumbles upon the remains of a long-lost human civilization, after which she is hunted by an evil organization who wants to use her found magical artifacts for its own nefarious purposes. While entertaining, I had to admit that it reminded me a little too much of the trashy novels we had at home. I certainly found it amusing that the tropes were not really unique to us as a species, though I wondered whether this kind of literature had fallen into disfavor here as it had back where I was from. I was reading a particularly exciting scene in which the hero, Sheridan, uses one of the magical artifacts shaped like a pair of human hands holding a scepter with a globe at the top to prevent herself from being crushed and ground into a bloody pulp by an ancient human temple moving walls, when I suddenly heard the doorbell ring. Ding dong. Would you like
Hello there. Would you please sign here?
I'm not turning away my rights with this, am I?
I've got a letter for you that requires signature confirmation. I don't know why I'm yelling, but I am.
I see. Looking over the clipboard the smaller dragon was holding up to me, I saw that the center of the letter in question was Reza. Scribble, scribble, scribble. There you go. Lorem.
I'm Lorem, by the way. Would you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Laura is also one of those kind of characters that I just like kind of in passing. What's this all about?
I'm just making small talk.
Wait a minute, I recognize you. You tried to do the same thing with Reza. Maybe I should report you to your supervisors for your inappropriate behavior toward your clients.
But it's important. Please, just let me talk to Eclipse for a few minutes.
You know how it is. If you want to interview with one of the humans, you'll have to get permission with the proper authorities.
Help me out here, Eclipse. As an ambassador, you care about the accurate portrayal of humans in the media, don't you?
I also just love the choice voice that you give with Laura. Because, like, when I picture Laura, I actually picture, like, help me out here, Eclipse, kind of like a nerd kind of voice.
Yeah.
And then you're just over here doing your voice, and I'm just like, you know what, I like it.
Then you should talk to me, otherwise someone else will fill in the blanks, and who knows what they'll come up with. Let me show you something. Pulls out a pamphlet.
Grumble, 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 grumble. The small dragon opens his bag, rummaging through a number of letters and small packages.
I think I lost it. Anyway, I wanted to show you some pictures of what people think humans look like. On some of them, they have like 4 heads and look nothing like you. It's crazy.
It's crazy. What are you, Laura? A reporter?
No, I'm just...
Do you want me to remove him, Eclipse? Is what he's saying true? Yeah, I guess. I see. That does sound pretty interesting, though. Alright, you can leave your number here and maybe I'll call you later, but that's all I can promise.
Thank you so much. Leaves in a happy demeanor.
He quickly produces a small sheet of paper and scribbles his number on it. Afterwards, he sheepishly presents it with both hands. Alright, you got what you wanted. Off you go now. Shoo shoo. Just sorry about that. Don't worry about it. I guess that should be all. I'll see you tomorrow then. Right. With all the commotion, I had almost forgotten that I was still holding Reza's letter. Within the plain envelope was a similarly plain sheet of paper with his handwriting. When I started reading, however, I saw his wording was so full of pleasantries I knew he hated that I assumed every word of it was faked as to conceal its true intent. He did mention I don't know what to do, but I was unsure how I was supposed to decode the letter's secret message. I didn't remember ever having a conversation about this topic with him, yet he still relied on me to remember whatever it was that I was missing, or he thought I would just be able to figure it out on my own. This is what it said. Hello, my dear friends. Hope this letter's reach you swiftly and in good condition. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch up earlier, so I want to write you this letter. How have you been these last few years? What have you been doing? How's the family? I feel like there is so much we should talk about since we have not seen each other recently. At least we have a chance to do so in this form. Quite an exciting venture we are on now, right? Have you liked it here so far? Made any dragon friends yet? Haha. Anyways, I'll be looking forward to your reply soon. Best regards, Reza. I don't think it's the first letter of each sentence, because that's H-I-U, and I don't think there's any words in the English letter that have H-I-U. So, maybe it's something else.
Hmm. I don't know.
Various things came to mind. Only being certain words or letters was the one that I thought of immediately, but I couldn't make out anything after trying to find a system within its array of letters and lines. Maybe I had to look more carefully. Let's read between the lines. Lines, of course. Maybe I was supposed to read between the lines? I didn't have an implement on me with which I could have been able to read fine print, though with this handwritten letter, I doubt Reza could have done anything of the sort. Guess look elsewhere for hints, because we don't know what's beating.
Ew, I have no idea.
I mean, I remember how to solve it, because I know it's mean it, and like, I remember solving this, I was like, that was clever, but like, obviously, playing out for the dramatics of the viewers. Or maybe you refer to the fact that we're both given an apartment. Considering the things they provided for us, maybe I just had to find the right object to decode the message. There are many everyday items here, though, and of course I still had no idea what particular I was looking for. Do you want to look at the bookshelf, the bathroom, or the kitchen?
Not kitchen.
Do you want to look in the fridge or the pantry?
Pantry.
Just some fruits and veggies here. What should I look at? A date, a fig, a pear, a grape, or a lemon?
Lemon.
Lemons, lemons, lemons! Of course! Why didn't I realize it sooner? Glad you had the same train of thought. Lemon juice is just about the simplest way to write a hidden message using household items. We learned about that in chemistry. In the most boring details, of course. A message written in lemon juice on paper becomes just as about invisible to the naked eyes when dry, but after heating it gently, oxidize occurs, making the message visible. I was sitting next to him in class when we learned that. He made a joke about using the method to cheat on the next test, and I replied by saying he would have to bring an iron. Had he really expected me to remember a random chemistry class that happened years ago? But then, I did remember it after all. Meet me at the portal tonight, 10 p.m., was all the message said. I wasted a good amount of time, but I still had some left before I had to go out to meet Reza, so I decided to make some lunch. Afterwards,
I picked the lemon because I like lemons. I had no idea.
To be fair, I stumbled onto that solution after basically trying nearly everything else, so... Afterwards, I resumed reading my books and about the continuing adventures of Sheridan and her exploits in destroying cultural artifacts. Unsurprisingly, it came to an happy end, with the evil organization stopped in its tracks, at least for now. I thought the ending was deliberately left open for ambiguity, but when I turned the page and saw the advertisement for the next entry in this apartment long-running series of books, I realized all this had just been a ploy to set up the inevitable sequel. Luckily, the disappointment didn't last long, as I had to get going to meet Reza at the portal. When I got outside, it didn't seem quite as dark as it was when I arrived yesterday. I might have had difficulties finding my way, otherwise, but I could still see the portal in the distance. As I was walking, I wondered if anyone else was following me, but the land seemed oddly deserted. Was everyone else already asleep? The spooky portal. Oh. Eventually, I arrived at my destination. Reza was already standing idly by the portal, his fidgeting making it obvious that he had just waited for me.
I was already wondering whether you'd get it at all.
Huh? Guess I did.
What a wonderful night it is. Just look up at the stars. You can see them so clearly here without the pollution lingering in the air, like back home. Almost as if we're looking right into the face of eternity itself.
It does look really pretty.
For so long, humanity thought we'd find aliens out there. Yet after all these years, we found we were all alone we were still alone in the universe. Turns out we were just not looking in the right place.
What's going on, Reza? Why did you call me here at this time?
For one, because we're sending a generator home.
Right. Before I was sent here, they told me that you would limit the use of the portal as they couldn't afford to keep it open all the time. In order to keep contact with us and to enable us to send things over to them, the portal would be open for just a quarter of an hour each day. Sending something back home wasn't really problematic for us, since the high energy expenditure associated with sending bigger objects was only affecting the sender, not the receiver. However, this also meant that until all business was concluded in regards to our trade with the PDAs and generators, we were basically stuck here.
As for the other, do you know what this place is?
You said something about trouble. How much danger are we in, really?
More than enough. I'm afraid this whole place will be gone soon. And we better not be here when it happens.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I hope you'd see it too, but then it took me a while to understand. I had a head start on you, in that case. Or in any case. Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. While he was speaking, my gaze wandered and fixed on some movement nearby. It was hard to make out anything, but I imagined it might just have been wind blowing through the nearby shrubbery, except for the fact that there was no winds. Reza?
This might take a while to explain, but we got the whole night.
Reza, look. He turned around to face what I was seeing. He squinted hard before he called it out.
You! How dare you follow me even here?
The disturbance came closer until it became clear that it was Maverick, who had hidden nearby to listen in our conversation.
I knew you were up to no good. What were you talking about? What are you planning here? Some sort of attack?
Wait a minute, there's no reason for...
Don't try to deny it. I heard you both talking about it in the cafe. I saw the letter. You think I can't smell the lemon on it? Pathetic. You'll have to come with me to the police station now, both of you.
Come on, I think you're overreacting.
Oh! Well!
Reza, what are you doing?
Come on, Eclipse, let's get out of here.
In the dragon's side, I could see the wound where the bullet had penetrated his hide, a trickle of blood staining his dark scales and the earth beneath it. Reza used the opportunity to run off into some direction, I wasn't sure which. I frantically scanned my surroundings looking for Reza, though he had already vanished into the darkness. What was I supposed to do? Run away as well? Help Maverick? I was just a diplomat and I had no idea what was happening. Suddenly the dragon whipped around, hitting me in the guts with his thick tail. I was lifted off the ground briefly before I felt the impact of my body hitting the ground, hard enough that my vision blurred almost immediately. A deafening roar battered my ears. Was this his cry for help? I could barely move, but I found it better not to try, as it not to startle the wounded dragon more than he already was. It was certainly would have ended badly for me if he tried anything. I heard him take a few steps, unsure steps before he laid on the ground, panting.
I'm still watching you, you know. You better not move, for your own good. If I have to get up again and come after you in this condition, I can promise you I won't be nice.
It took a few minutes of listening to his labored breathing before someone arrived. It was two dragons. The first I recognized as Sebastian, the other I didn't know. I heard Sebastian and Maverick exchange a few words when the stocky fellow approached me. Do you want to take him or do you want me to take him?
I'll take him. Hey kid, you alright?
I'm still feeling a little dizzy.
I'm Bryce, the chief of police in this town. Can you tell me what happened?
Bryce is one of my favorites. Yeah, and still top of the thing, but he's definitely Reza shot Maverick and ran off. That's basically the truth.
Is that so?
His face was stern and seemingly lost in thought as I overheard Sebastian's conversation. Yeah, but you're on the flyer on duty. We probably won't find him now, not in the darkness at any rate.
Well, that's just brilliant.
What do you think, Chief? Eclipse, can you walk? Oh wait, no, that's your line.
Oh, whoops.
Uh,
Eclipse, can you walk?
yeah, I think so.
Alright, Sebastian, take Eclipse to the apartment. Get us some help here for Maverick, and then we'll look for Reza.
Right on. Come on, Eclipse. I'll help you up. I was still shaken up by the events I just witnessed when I arrived at my apartment, not knowing anything better to do. I soon fell asleep into a deep slumber. Not even on a bed.
On the couch.
Da, da, da. I love this music.
Hmm.
The next day I woke up with many questions lingering in my head. I considered calling someone from the police department to ask about Reza and Maverick, but in the end I decided against doing so, as I was sure they would contact me if they had anything to tell me. I knew it was no use worrying about it for now, so I settled for starting another book. Ding dong. It didn't take very long though before the doorbell rang. Click click. Did Bryce, the chief thief, take it upon himself to escort me today? Oh, it's you again.
Are you surprised?
No, but I guess it means bad news.
Afraid so. How are you holding up?
Better than that yesterday, that's for sure.
Let's go for a walk then, shall we?
Sure.
This escalated quickly.
Yeah, all will be explained in due time. Which, like obviously you can see like different things here. Like just like obviously, because you can see all the different stuff. Yeah. This time I was taking along a different route than yesterday, and I was quite sure there was more to this than just taking a walk. I'll just go ahead and guess you didn't find Reza.
Yeah, we hoped he would have come back on his own by now. Do you have any idea where he might be? Maybe he mentioned some sort of place in particular that holds some meaning to him?
No, not really. We didn't get a chance to talk much at all yesterday before.
There's that too.
I have no idea why Reza would have done anything like that. I had the impression that they weren't very fond of each other, but this? How is he, by the way?
Oh, Maverick is doing fine. But there's plenty of blame to go around. You're right, they didn't particularly like each other. In his statement, Maverick says he suspects Reza was planning some sort of attack. Do you know anything about this? Or about that?
No, he only told me something was gonna happen, not that he was planning anything. At least that was the impression I got.
He's suspecting you too, by the way. That you both planned this all from the beginning.
No, that wouldn't make sense. Actually, none of this is making any sense. Why would we go through all the lengths of our agreement only to jeopardize it by doing something like this? You even already have our PDAs, and we don't have much to show for it yet. If we had any nefarious plans, this wouldn't have been a very good idea.
You have a good point. I believe you. From our side, we only have Maverick's word on the whole matter. After all, he was the one who spent the most time with Reza since he arrived here. But even then, he didn't really have any reason to follow you yesterday. His behavior was completely out of line. I'm just glad you came out fine. If he wasn't on mandated sick leave, he would be suspended right now. We'll have to wait until this whole thing is over before we decide what to do with him. I can assure you this won't be taken lightly.
Maybe they just both acted in the heat of the moment.
Maybe.
We still got quite a lot on our hands right now, though. We have a wounded dragon and a missing human. This could lead to a diplomatic crisis.
Maybe Reza will still show up soon, and we can get all of this behind us.
I hope so too. I really wouldn't want to jeopardize everything over this unfortunate incident.
Yeah, how about we both just keep quiet about this whole thing for now? After all, I don't think any of us want our people panicking about this already, right?
I merely nodded in agreement.
I mean, that is smart. You don't want, like, a bunch of dragons rioting.
Yeah. Eventually, we arrived at the police station, where the chief took my formal statement in regards to yesterday's events. He asked me about Reza and Maverick, too. Not that I knew much about anything that preceded yesterday's events, or the mysterious catastrophic Reza had mentioned. Catastrophic... words. Catastrophe, Reza
Feel
had
that?
mentioned. Afterwards, he thanked me and left to file my statement while I sat by the table, waiting and listening to the going-ons of the small Percival Town Police Department. When he returned, he was approached by someone who seemed to have urgent news. A lot of talking between the two ensured that I wouldn't be making out for my position. This went on for a bit until Bryce returned to me.
Afraid I have more bad news for you. Reza has now officially become a murder suspect. Holy shit!
Murder?
We're heading to the crime scene and hope you'd come with us.
Me? A crime scene? I don't really know much about forensics.
It's just you're the only link to Reza we have. Considering what he said would happen to us, it's in all our interests that we find him as soon as possible. And if he has anything to do with it, you might be able to help us find him. Your cooperation would certainly be appreciated, and would be a nice gesture to show us that you are trustworthy in the eyes of those who might think otherwise after what happened yesterday.
Maverick.
Will you help us? Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
That's up to you. You're playing the main character.
I mean, you were also the little voice in my head, too, that also gets to make an impact.
Hold on, let me flip a coin. I will help you.
I suppose I don't really have much choice here, but you're right. We've got to find Reza, and if that's what it takes, then I'll do it.
Very well. Let's go. Let us go then.
On our way to the crime scene, he tried to prepare me for what would come. I had studied biology, so I was familiar with the sight of dead animals, asking myself how similar this would be. I wonder if my reaction would be any different if it wasn't a dragon, but a human corpse that I'd be seeing. When we arrived, we were met by Sebastian, who gave us an overview of the whole situation. This morning, the victim was found by a delivery flyer for a restaurant. Blood loss from multiple wounds are likely the cause of death. Forensics was already here, so feel free to poke around. A few paces in front of us, the unfortunate victim lay on the ground, covered by a sheet that concealed the body, but not the large red stain beneath. We approached while Sebastian went off to deter any curious onlookers.
I know it won't be pretty, and I'm sorry for putting you through this, but you know what's at stake here. Just remember what I told you, and you should be fine.
Alright.
Are you ready?
I guess so. Dun dun dun!
Those are some long wound marks for a gun.
Yes! I'm glad you pointed out. Why would he suddenly use a long wound marking device instead of a gun?
He had a gun. He had bullet. Why would he use knife?
What do you think? He's definitely dead.
Yeah, rip. Let's just say this will be your test. Tell me what you can deduce from what you see. Give it your best shot.
Investigation starts.
There are no bullets.
2 wings, 2 legs, just like the waitress at the cafe. About as big as a human lengthwise, if not slightly taller. The wingspan would definitely look impressive at that size. Well, the wounds are kind of hard to miss. True. Oh, wait.
Oh, true. What do you have to tell us? What? I didn't read that right. Dyslexia.
They were suicide. No, they were inflicted by it with a sharp implement. They are clinklets like a knife or another sharp implement.
That is true. But why does this matter? Because he had bullets!
It couldn't have been Reza. Reza had a gun yesterday. Why
exactly.
Why would he use a knife now?
Right, but that weapon he was used on Maverick was called a gun, right?
Yeah.
What strange contraption. Well, he could have had a reason to use a knife over his gun if it was him. Can you think of any? I mean, bullet kills faster than knife. You have to be up close and personal. Sorry.
It makes him look cooler. I don't think that's it. He lost his gun. Probable, but not likely. He didn't want to make any noise. Again, probable. He wouldn't because it wasn't him. He wouldn't because it clearly was a suicide. It's definitely not a suicide, but
no.
I think the most likely situation is he didn't want to make any noise. Because, like, it's either he lost his gun, he didn't want to make noise, or he wouldn't because it wasn't him. But I think if it was him, he did not want to make any noise. After all, he ran away from Maverick, trying to hide from the police. Something loud like a gunshot would have easily given away his position and alerted others in the area.
Right, that could be a good reason. By the way, which wound do you think was the fatal one? Obvious!
I wonder, the one on his chest, the one on his wings, or the one on his neck? I wonder. I think it was the one on his neck.
That's right. If all the blood from it wasn't a giveaway, this is a stab wound, characterized by a rather small footprint. You can tell it's also the deepest one. And from the location, it's pretty obvious it must have been done tremendous damage. What else do you see? Well, honestly, that makes it seem like it wouldn't be him, because the dragons would be stronger than a human.
Yeah.
Squid.
Well, there's a lot of blood. The blood spatter suggests he was hemophiliac. No. He has AIDS. No. He died here. Yeah. This isn't blood. No. He was dragged here after he died. He died. I'm pretty sure he died here. Else there would have been a trail we could follow. The splatter also suggests this is where they fought.
That's true. Unfortunately, it doesn't help with determining who the perpetrator is.
Objection!
Excuse me?
Sorry, I just always wanted to say that.
Go on, please.
What about the blood on his muzzle?
You tell me.
The blood on the muzzle suggests that he's a vampire. No, he's not. He fought back. He had a bloody stake. He has gum disease. He bit his tongue. He fought back. It might be the perpetrator's blood.
Yes, that is true. I expect forensics already took a sample of it, so it might actually help us determine who the perpetrator is. I think that's about everything.
Investigation over.
Dun, dun, dun. You know what, kid? I'm impressed. Maybe we should have you around more often.
Hey, Chief, do you still need the witness here for anything? Sebastian approached with the dragon who had discovered the body earlier. I reckon her as Adine, the waitress from the cafe. She seemed distraught, which, given her situation, wasn't very surprising.
I don't think so. Take her to the department, get her statement written up, and then, and that should be it.
Sure thing. Alright, miss, we're gonna have to take you back to the department. Of course. When she spotted me, however, her composure brightened visibly. Oh, it's the human. Well, I'm a human. Well, I'll call you by your name, but you never actually told me it. it's Eclipse. What are you even doing here? Do you work for the police now? Looks like it. Maybe I should be calling you officer then. I don't think I'm quite there yet. By the way, I didn't know you also did deliveries. It's just a little bit of everything, really. That's nice. I liked my fish yesterday. You don't have to hide it. I know it's quite an acquired taste. To be fair, I wouldn't have recommended it to someone new like you, but you could always try something different. Here's that number if you don't want to come in and deliver anything we have to you. Thanks. Sorry, I guess you should get going. Bye! What do we do now?
I suppose we head... Oh, sorry.
You know, it's your line.
I suppose we'll head off too, unless... Oh no!
What is it?
Wait, no, oh no.
Da-da-da!
We've got violent homicide, and of course nobody from the department tells me. I have to find out from a neighbor who wanted to ask me about it. Good thing rumors travel fast, huh?
Yeah, I also love the design of their eyes. It's just such a subtle difference between the two.
Of course no one told you. You're on sick leave. Mandatory sick leave, I might add.
I'm just imagining him jabbing a claw into Maverick's chest. Like, you're on sick leave.
You were supposed to stay where you're supposed to go. I'm not here in official capacity, you see. I'm merely enjoying a curative, whatever.
Curative,
walk,
I
guess. And I in the fresh air and happened to come across you by accident.
It happened to come across you by accident. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Squint.
Squint.
What do you want? I don't want anything. I just find it interesting that no one tells me about this. But the prime suspect's buddy can mess around with the investigation. I see how it is. I know what you're thinking, but don't jump to conclusions here. I don't need to jump to conclusions. The acrobats did conclusions instead. I think the dead body we found says it all. You really have an attitude problem. You know, if you weren't on sick leave, you'd be suspended right now for attacking Eclipse yesterday. Do you even have any idea any idea what kind of repercussion that could have had on us all? Me attacking Eclipse? As far as I see, I'm the only one who's injured here. Besides, I'm so sorry for apparently being the only one who's doing his damn job.
I love because I right as he said so sorry. I did jazz hands because I was like I pictured
so sorry. Yeah,
I pictured that same exact turn of phrase too.
Yeah, he just pulls his claws up, just wiggles them around.
Wiggles around.
Right, right. Let's just all sit idly while the suspect's on the loose and planning his next move.
Right, like there's nothing else going on that could have been the murderer.
Like fucking dragons don't have claws that can also slash.
Yeah,
but okay.
Exactly. You know, whatever Reza was talking about, he's going to tell me just before you showed up yesterday.
I don't need to hear you, of all people, belittling me about this. I mean, if you would have waited 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. What is your problem? If anything, I want to find him just as much as you do.
Don't compare yourself to me. Your words mean nothing. Enough. You shouldn't even be here. So you better go now and get some rest before I have to take disciplinary actions.
I just imagined a little stomp of enough.
Fine. But when we find him, you'll see I was right. If I have to prove myself, so be it.
Can he even just do his own investigation like that?
Well, as long as he doesn't interfere with us. We can't really stop him from doing things in his own free time.
Just like in the real world. I see. I suspect he won't adhere to the standards of performing an unbiased investigation, though.
He has already made up his mind, and it's clear to me he won't be looking for facts, just for evidence to support his own view in order to prove prove to us or himself. Who knows? He's always been like that. Always something to prove. We'll have to be careful. He'll be looking for Reza soon enough. You know, when he's not bedridden with a bullet wound.
At least that means someone will find him, right?
Don't worry, Reza will turn up eventually.
Yeah, that is a very good point. Surely hope so. All things considered, I had to admit that it remained a possibility that Maverick was right, but could Reza I knew really be a murderer?
You know what? If you think something that might help us with the investigation, or you need anything else, just call me.
I will.
Well, I think we're done here. Let's go.
Bryce led me back to the apartment. I guess there really wasn't much for me to do in the meantime, as I was spared the more adipocious, parts of the investigation. Maybe I should be glad about this, though now I had an afternoon to fill. What should I do? So, who do you want to talk to? Do you want to talk to Remy? Do you want to talk to Anna? Do you want to talk to Laura? Do you want to meet with Bryce? Do you want to order some lunch from our winged companion? Or do you want to meet with Sebastian?
Let's get some lunch.
Order some lunch.
Nom nom.
Nom nom. I'm
actually hungry now. Damn.
Yeah, I was glad that I had dinner before. I remember that Adrian had told me that the cafe did deliveries as well, and not having anything else better to do, I figured I should try it out. I made my order with a quick phone call, and it wasn't too long before the doorbell rang. Well, that was quick. It just so happened that Adine herself stood in the door, dripping wet with damp containers in her grip. Aw, precious baby. Oh. Precious baby.
Your DoorDash is here.
Precious baby, come in. Oh, it's you again. Likewise. Shouldn't come as a surprise though, considering you knew I did delivery for the cafe. Here's your order. Sorry, I got a little wet, but it should still be okay. You're soaked. Why don't you come in? Thanks. I was just about to ask if I could stay for a little while. This was actually my last delivery for the day, and I live on the other side of town. Of course. I couldn't let you fly back when it's this ugly outside. So it turns out you've seen this before. Either you could watch this again, or you could save some time and just skip to the end of the scene. No, don't skip ahead. As you wish. Feel right at home. I better eat this before it gets cold. I sat down at the table and started eating my food while Adine had decided to take a seat opposite myself. Do you like it? Yeah, I ordered something that I knew I'd actually like this time. I didn't want to make the same mistake I did in the cafe. Do you have something similar from where you're from? We do, and as a matter of fact, it's almost scary how close it is to what we have back at home. I'm imagining spaghetti with
Spaghetti?
Yeah, spaghetti with some delicious tortellini mixed in, and some broccoli as well, and some custom-made homemade sauce that's super super creamy and rich.
I'm so fucking hungry.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's so hard to make a good custom-made pasta sauce, but the go-to that some of my family and some of my roommates do is mix in some cream cheese. Because it just
sounds good.
Yeah, it makes it just a little bit creamier and richer. But yeah, we do. As a matter of fact, it's almost how scary close it is when we have back at home. Really? Maybe we just all share a similar taste. Maybe there's more to it than that. What do you mean? Well, don't you trace your origins back to humans in some way? I know that what kind of reputation we have in your culture. That's true. Let me ask you this. Where do you think the portal you found came from? Who built it? Humans did, of course. Exactly. If you believe humans had something to do with the artifact created who knows how many years ago, it wouldn't be a stretch to think they could have also influenced you in other ways. Even something so simple as this dish? I like that idea. So, what do you do when you aren't working at the restaurants? Do you have a family? Well, most of the time I take care of my kids. Oh, that's nice. How many children do you have? They aren't really my children per se, I just take care of them. Oh, you're more of a foster parent then? Not quite. These are orphan children I'm talking about. I just volunteer to spend some time with them, so I'm really more of a babysitter and teacher all in one. I can't really take them in and care for them 24/7 like a proper parent would. I love to, but I work for far too much to be a single parent. With any amount of time I just spent at the restaurant, I don't think the kids would be any better off, so I just help out whenever I can. That's actually very nice of you. Thanks! These kids already didn't get a very good hand in life. I just thought that if I could make even a small difference for them, it would be worth it. I see, so what about hobbies? Do you have any? Can I ask a question for a change? Well, can you? You're silly, I like that. Well, I don't really know much about you. Actually, I'm not sure if there's anyone here who does. What would you like to know? What did you do before you came here? Nothing special. Really, I mean, I have my degrees, but this is the first time I did something that was actually related to them. The work I did previously was just to keep afloat. I know what you mean. I suppose it's my turn again, so tell me about your hobbies. The ones I enjoy most is probably flying. Just flying? Well, not just flying. I do acrobatics or some flying. I've been doing that on and off for a couple of years now. So what is that? It's the practice of doing flying maneuvers like rolls, spins, loops. I'm actually hoping to be part of a competition in some time. Awesome. Where can I watch that? I suppose that depends on whether you'll still be here when it takes place. It's part of the festival we hold in this town every year. Okay, since it's my turn again, well, this might be an unusual question. So, when they said it was a human that would be coming here, I kind of expected something a little different. Well, what did you expect? I'm not sure exactly, but they do say it was humans that made us who we are today. You don't seem so different from us, though. I mean, yeah, you do look different from us, but you're not really anything like some of the things that have been said about your kind. I could say the same thing about you. Really? Yeah, we have plenty of myths about dragons. Like what? Honestly, there's too many to list. Some of them good, some of them not so much. Sounds like what we have on you, actually. Now that I see one of you right in front of me, it's almost silly what some of the myths say. Well, no matter what you might think about humans, I can assure you that I am in no way special or supernatural. I disagree with that. Well, why? You say that you aren't special, but just the fact that you're here with us right now is quite special to me and many others. Just try to see it the other way around. You know, you have a good point. What were you thinking when you first heard about us? I thought it was awesome. I thought I was making a discovery like this was just awesome. Many people would love to have the opportunity I had by coming here. See, it's not so one-sided after all, so don't be surprised if some of us feel the same way. And it's not just the discovery of you dragons. We found a portal to an entirely different world. We still haven't figured that one out. Neither have we. I am sure we'll find out soon enough. By the way, interesting selection of books you have there. Draconic Desire and Luxem Sphere. Are these yours? No, they were already here when I moved in. Have you read any of them? I did read Ashirian and the Scepter of Sovereignty. How do you like it? It was entertaining, but nothing special. Nothing special is a good way to describe the entire series, actually. Oh, you got Price and Prayer. God, what is the pun that the title's based off of? God, that's totally a pun on another book. It's escaping me.
Pride and Prejudice?
Maybe. You should totally read that one. You think so? Why is that? It's not just an interesting story. It's based on true events. The author is so right when there's a lot we can learn from what happened back then. I'll check it out when I have the time. Let me know when you do. I'll be interested in hearing what you have to say about it. Right, since you asked me about my family earlier, I'm gonna do the same thing. Is there a Mr. and Mrs. Clips back home waiting for you? No, I can't say that there is. How about a potential Mr. and Mrs. Clips then? Are you looking to date anyone? Maybe. Come on, tell me. Okay, there is someone. Oh, it's a shame you can't be with them now then. Or are you talking about someone you met here? Maybe. Oh my. Would it be someone I know? Maybe. Well, who is it? I'm not sure how many questions that was, but I'm sure it's not your turn anymore. Are we even still playing this game? Just having fun. You and me both. You know, why don't we make... Oh, but,
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Oh no!
Uh-oh!
Oh no! Oh no! Fill up the game! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I don't know what happened. English. Oh no!
Oh, did it reset? Because it stopped streaming too.
Yeah,
I can see nothing.
Yeah, no, the green completely closed out. Let me. Here, let me. Okay, let me. Hopefully the game gets rebooted back up. Okay, yeah, the game's rebooted back up on my stream. Good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and you guys get to see the intro too, which is cool.
Oh, cool. Ah, too bad we weren't isekai to a strange land.
I mean, we basically are.
But we get to go back, so that's not isekai.
Yeah.
Well,
but do we actually get to go back?
That's not the beginning of isekai. Sometimes you get to go back at the end.
But the question is, will we actually get to go back?
I have no idea. Well, it also depends on if, the whole love interest thing.
Yeah.
That might also put a
Yeah,
wrench
this is
in
Remy.
things.
Remy's adorable. He's my second favorite, I think, after Annie. Yeah, and so you get to learn about each of the different characters.
And Bryce. You're okay.
Yeah, some of them are just NPCs. Or just, like, non-interactable characters.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have an autosave? Do we have an autosave? Please tell me there's an autosave. We have... this... Let's see. We have one. Give me a second. This was from... Yeah, okay. This one looks like from... Ace. This looks like the latest one.
Mm-hmm.
So this one was...
Maybe.
Are you looking to date anyone? Maybe. Come on, tell me. Okay, there's someone. Maybe. Maybe. Not your turn. Are you even still playing the game? Just having fun. Why don't we make this a little bit more interesting while we're at it? What do you suggest? Truth or dare? What's that? We continue asking questions, but if one of us doesn't want to answer the question, we have to do something the other person tells us to. I don't even know what kind of dare I'd make you do. It could be something that would make me uncomfortable or say something you'd like me to see me do. Anything? Well, keep in mind that revenge might be coming quicker than you think, so don't ask for someone or for anything you wouldn't do yourself. Got it. So who's first? You asked me the last few questions, so it's only fair I start. Alright. I guess you get to ask the questions, because I feel like that's fair, since I've been...
Okay.
So, what part of your body is the most ticklish? What is your most guarded secret? Or what is the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you?
Embarrassing thing.
Let me think. There was this one time when I was still a teenager, I was messing around and wanted to try a new flying maneuver, a barrel roll. Barrel roll!
Do a barrel roll.
Needless to say, it ended badly. I guess you didn't succeed then. No, the roll itself was fine, but I lost control after that and plunged right into the ground. Oh, were you hurt? No, luckily I wasn't too high when I did it. There was a great puddle of mud on the ground when I landed. Of course, all my friends were there to see it. That was enough to stop you from ever trying again? No, if anything, that only made me want to try harder. Since it's my turn now, what's your greatest wish? I want to be the best like no one ever was.
Yes, do it.
I want to be the very best like no one ever was. That seems to be a very personal wish, Eclipse. Okay, my turn. So, what would you do if you were invisible for a day? Are you scared of dying? Or, what do you think is your biggest physical flaw?
Invisible for a day.
Invisible, huh? That's a hard one. I mean, no one would see me flying then, and I do want people to see that. Well, with this question, it's more about what you do if you had the opportunity to do something without getting caught. Like, something mischievous or criminal. Oh, I know what I would do. I'd check out the building they found along with the portal. What building? Didn't you hear about that? They found a whole building along with the portal. It's actually underground, and they have it heavily guarded while a team of archaeologists works on it. I think it might contain many secrets and answers about the portals and where it came from. Interesting. I think I'd like to check that out as well. If you knew the world was about to end, what would you do? Enjoy life to the fullest and to the last moment. Say goodbye and hope for the best. Stay outside and watch it unfold before my eyes, or hide in the bunker deep underground. What would you do if you knew the world was about to end?
Enjoy life to the fullest. Until,
Going out with bang, huh?
Mm.
So, if you could come back with me to my world right now, would you do it? What's your biggest regret? Or if I asked you to kiss me, would you do it?
What choice should I make?
I'm guessing based on the reaction, the last one?
Yes.
If I asked you to kiss me, would you do it? Is that your question, or is that already a dare? A question. I just couldn't think of anything better.
I mean...
Well, then my answer would be no. I just don't kiss anyone you know. However, if it was a dare, my answer might be different. Alright, so from those you've met so far, who is the one you fancy the most? I think I'll take a dare for this one. Oh, finally! What am I gonna have you do? Whatever you like. No, honestly, I have no idea. Take your time. Alright, let me think for a minute. Oh, it looks like it's getting late. Wait, what time is it? Whoops, it seems like I've been here longer than I thought. I probably should be going now. Seems like the rain stopped too. Yeah, that's great. You know, if you want to come over again, you don't have to order anything to do it. Here's my private number. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Bye!
Ah, we didn't get to do the dare, aha!
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 Aha! More free time, what should I do? Spend it with Remy, spend it with Anna, spend it with Lorem, spend it with Bryce, or spend it with Sebastian, or obviously get some well-deserved rest, but that's obviously without meeting anyone, I think.
Anna!
Anna! Precious baby! You just like me having me talk with myself, huh?
I forgot you also did Anna too. Yes, sure, why not?
She told me to meet her here, so she's got to be around here somewhere. To be fair, Anna's, like I said, Anna's my favorite. I can't blame you for that. The production facility had many different wings, covering everything from research to processing, in addition to production. It was easy to get lost if you didn't know where you're going. I heard some commotion in the distance, and when I approached, I was surprised to see not only Anna, but Remy as well. They seemed to be in the middle of a heated conversation. I thought it would be inappropriate to approach now, so I made several paces back, out of their field of vision, but still close enough to be able to make out some of their words. Do you want to be Remy, or do you want me to read Remy?
Yeah, I guess I could be Remy.
Okay.
We have heard the rumors.
So you've come to me on the basis of rumors. Is that how you operate? What do you want from me?
This is not the first time you've been in trouble, you know. They might not be so lenient with you this time.
Oh no, whatever will we do? I'm just gonna also make a note that you're playing Remy. Precious boy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Consider this a warning. You should proceed carefully for your own good.
If you wanted to threaten me, the least you could have done was to send someone more intimidating. You may be larger than I am, but even I can see that you're just a big coward. You wouldn't dare to put your dirty claws on me.
I wouldn't. I'm here as a courtesy to you, not to threaten or intimidate. Do with that information whatever you wish.
He's basically a big nerd, like Lorem is.
You know, we'll be back. We'll be back. And if they find anything, there will be consequences.
Do you think I care?
This attitude of yours is not helpful.
Yeah. Also, he has kind of like the most unique wing shape out of all of them, too. Which is kind of like deflated and all that. Neither are you.
Well, I've said what I came here to say. Good luck.
Whatever. Remy turned to leave and started walking in my direction. I ducked behind a pillar, and when he went past, I wasn't sure he'd see me. Either way, he left, and I was safe to approach now. Just a lot of context. So it turns out you've seen this before. Either you could watch it again, or we could save some time and just skip to the end of the scene. Yeah, just a friend asking if we can hang out tomorrow. No, don't skip ahead, please. As you wish. What was that all about? Who cares? Wait, how long have you been here? Not very long. Not that it matters much anyways. This is just par for the course for me. I know Remy. What's the problem? The nerve of that guy. He probably wouldn't be so uptight if it wasn't for that thing with his girlfriend a few years ago. But I don't care about him. It's his supervisors that are the problems. They don't like me and the research I'm doing. They cite their traditions and values, claiming that those are what have kept us alive for so long. If anything were to change, obviously fracture the base the society is built on, cause it's about to collapse, tear families, and allow all hell to break loose. At least if you believe those old-timers who are repeating these phrases, and all those nonsense because of my research. Valuable research so we could save lives, mind you. What kind of research are we talking about? I could show you sometime, but you're here to have fun, right? Like, out of all of the dragons and all that, her story is the saddest, I think. I thought you wanted to show me since you said we were both in biology and all that. Sure, but after doing that all day, you have to excuse me for not wanting to talk about it even more. Wasting my time with that guy was just another setback. Not that I don't already have more than enough work to do. Even right now, I'm supposed to be working overtime. Guess you can give me the tour some other time, then. I will. Oh, and thanks for the blood, by the way. The results aren't in yet, but I'll let you know when they are. Good. I'm just as curious about the results as you are. No, you aren't. I am. I am way curiouser than you are. Curiouser? Is that even a word? It is, since an author popularized its use where I came from. Then I'm way more curiouser than you are. Not if I'm the curious. Excuse me for a moment, but I must weep for the English language. At this phase, why don't you just use you are the most curious? I'm not sure. I'm not a linguist. Are you? Not exactly, but I have the way with words. My tongue is quite skilled, or so I hear. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah. Some might even say cunning. In any case, if you have to work overtime today, does that mean I should wait for you, or do you want me to come back another time? Neither. I think my break should start right about now. What a lucky coincidence!
Oh.
It is, isn't it? Going, tell me everything. I don't know.
Oh, I lagged. Sorry, I did not hear anything for a good minute.
Just like, tell me everything, and that's just like, that's all I said. I don't know where we're going, but I think I need a coffee or 5. You can tag along if you like. It'll be my pleasure. We'll see if it'll be mine as well. I hope you brought your own money though, because I'm not sharing. I didn't, but everything I purchased is taken care by my ambassador status. Nice. Actually, that opens up some very interesting possibilities. It might, but I'd rather not do anything too fishy. I don't want to raise any suspicions, you know. Good point. Alright, well, let's go then. After you, my lady. My beloved, my lady, the very ground I worship. There we are. Finally, I can't wait to get some coffee into my system. Oh, hello, Eclipse. Nice to see you again. Hey, who's the companion? Can you just take my order? I apologize. Let me try that again. Welcome to our establishment. My name's Ideen. I'll be a waitress today. What can I bring you to? I'll have a coffee. Thank you. What can I bring the esteemed gentle person on the other side of the table? Beer, soda, or I'll just take the coffee. I don't like any of them. I would have preferred a water or juice, but no problem. I'll be right back. What's with their problem? I'm here to order something, not to chit-chat with employees. I know her. It's fine. If you say so. Here you go. Enjoy. I totally needed that. So, you work in that facility, and your point is... What's your job there? I mean, what do you do exactly? We do all kinds of things. The truth is, we all have kind of specialized machinery there, which is used by many different people for many different purposes. The building is owned and run by the council, who oversees the schedule. It is quite handy since you can go from research to testing and even manufacturing all in the same complex. I started as a researcher in biology, which is still my main job. I've seen there so long and learned the ins and outs of the building so well that I was eventually asked to take over some of the managerial duties. Sure, it means more work, but also allows me to run a personal project every once in a while. Does that state your curiosity? I've only seen glimpses, but it always sounds like a fascinating place. I'm not sure I would go so far to call it fascinating, but I'm sure it does give me a lot of opportunities. Oh, I forgot to ask you what you're actually planning to do with my blood and the test results. What is this, an interrogation? I think someone's in a bad mood. Then you must be talking about a dean. Prying waitress, or yourself, because you haven't seen me in a bad mood yet. Not even close. I kinda wanna go with excuse me, princess. What do you think?
Yes, do it.
Excuse me, princess. Sorry, I'm just stressed from all the work lately. I'm not getting much respite between my regular work, overtime, personal projects, and other disturbances like that Remy sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. What do you usually do during your free time? Having a good work-life balance is very important, you know. I love my job, I really do. Actually, I love it so much that even in my free time I still do things that I have to do with biology. As I said, I got the opportunity to do my own projects sometimes, so that's what I focus on when I get the chance. It would be a shame to pass up an opportunity like that without using it. With the current influx of work, I rarely leave the facility if I'm not eating or sleeping. Even right now, I'm only on break and I have to get back for another shift. Maybe you should do something else for a change? Maybe, but right now it's not really a good option. It would help if the council weren't constantly sending lackeys to mess with me. So what is it this time? No, I suppose I'm on the watch list or something. Why is that? It's a long story and not one for a first date. You're saying this is a date? No, I'm saying that even if this was a date, which would be more than whatever this is, it wouldn't be very appropriate. Stories about work aren't very romantic. It's always about work with you. Come on, you're on break. Maybe we should do something else to take your mind off it for once. Like what? I'm not sure. Do you have any other hobbies? Not really. Hey, waitress. How can I help you? Do you have anything here to entertain your guests, like any games or other distractions? I'm not sure. Let me go check. What exactly are you trying to do? Being cute and spontaneous? I'll remember this day. For good or bad, I'm not sure yet. It's not for kids, but we don't really have anything else. It's fine, thank you. Have fun! I love the three-way conversation with myself. A board game? Really? I know it's not Kisnick's Textile Merchant, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Textile Merchant, Kisniki. It's a game. Never mind. Well, I'm not convinced this will accomplish anything unless your goal is to make me regret this day. It seems to be a trivia game. Do you have good general knowledge? Do you even know what kind of advanced knowledge I have to memorize and work with every single day? You bet I have good general knowledge, certainly more than enough to be a foreigner like you. If you're so confident, maybe we should make a bet. What do you have in mind? Let's say if I win, I'll get to go on a real date with you. No fitting me in during your breaks, no complaining about everything, no acting as if you're doing me a favor, especially because it's you who wanted to meet me in the first place. And if I win, I'll have you come in sometime so I can run more tests on you. If that's what you want, so be it. Let's do this then. Since it was your idea, it's only fair that I start. So how does this work? It seems to be pretty simple. We take turns drawing cards, asking questions until we both ask a number that we agree on beforehand. Whoever gets this more right in the end wins. How many questions shall it be then? How about 5? Let's make it 3. Not sure how long this will take, and my break won't be for too long either. Alright, go ahead. I saw the mischief in her eyes, her stare piercing, paired with the hint of arrogant smirk that exposed her in anticipation. She seemed confident that she would win and loved every second of it. Slowly her hand went over to the deck of cards and drew the topmost. Round 1. Who is cited as one of our most important historians, his work spanning over 20 books, credited with mapping out our entire history since the beginning of sentience. Damien Dandelion. Afraid that's wrong. I'm sorry, Eclipse. How's I supposed to know something like that? It was your challenge. You dig your graves, you lie in it. Besides, it's not like it wasn't clear from me from the beginning that I win, so no surprises there. Let's see how you fare with your question. Bring it. How far can you walk into the woods? Only into the middle. Anything after that and you're walking out of the woods again. You're right. That's a rather weird question, though. I suppose I read the kinds of books growing up. I know most of those trick questions. Let's see what the second question has in store for you, shall we? Round 2. Alright, if there are 5 apples and you take away 3, how many do you have? Wait,
Math? Fuck that.
Wait. Let me reread the question. There are 5 apples and you take away 3. How many do you have? So, you take away 3. How many are left?
Left on which side?
Yeah, that's gonna. My gut says 3 because it specifically said you take 3 left.
Yeah.
Guess you also know your trick questions.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, apparently so. Here's your question. In which year of our timeline did we gain sentience? 0. The beginning of our timeline marks the event we gain sentience. Right again. Have you played this game before? It's a children's game. These questions aren't really a challenge. I'll just go ahead and draw the next card so we can end this. Round 3. An adventurer who values his life has to choose between 3 rooms to cross. Which one of the following would be the safest? Room 1 is filled with poisonous gas. Number 2, a room filled with 100 highly trained assassins. Number 3, a room submerged in water filled with alligators that have not eaten in 8 months. Okay, so you have to choose a room between the 3 that you think would be the safest.
3.
Yeah.
They'd be dead. Most likely.
Nope. In fact, all these rooms are equally deadly. Alligators can go up to 2 years or more without food, making
Really?
3 as deadly as the others. The other 2 rooms should not require any explanation. The question's poorly worded. Don't blame me, I didn't make this game. Looks like this is gonna be the last question. Let's just get this over with already. What's the approximate acceleration speed of a nose-diving flyer? I have to think on that one for a minute. I'm just kidding. I still could have calculated that. Okay, here's the real question. What is the only substance known to be lighter in its solid form compared to its liquid state? Water! That seems to be correct. Of course it is. Duh. I just look at that, I would. Someone had to. This turned out to be more fun than I expected. Of course, the main reason for that is why, because I won, but still. I get it, you won, you're great, etc. That's true. So when should I come out in for the tests? Actually, I'm not sure if I'll get your spot for them in the facility anytime soon, but I'm sure to let you know. I'm quite sure you will. But you know what? This isn't so bad after all. Maybe I'll let you have your days. Really? Sure, I mean, you didn't win, but I think you earned it nonetheless. Or maybe I'm just being that nice. Okay. Well, it's up to you. Call me if you're interested. I'll let you know. I'm still gonna collect my prize though. I'm sure I'll make sure of that. You bet I will. In any case, I should get going now. My break is just about to end. Bye! I was not sure what I expected out of this encounter, but it certainly wasn't this. After all, proposing a proper date was my day of sticking it to her for being rude. Even though I'd lost the bet, she didn't seem to mind going on a date with me, as long as she got what she wanted. Whether I would follow up on it was on me, though. Enlightenment. Chapter 2. I do also know that you have to go kinda soonish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a little bit, yeah.
Do you want to just wrap it up here?
Yeah.
Since it's...
Sure! It's a perfect, stopping stone, so that way we can pick up again later.
Yes. Yeah. And I will also attempt to potentially do... I honestly... Because we definitely seen some status of it, so, I am hoping that it, like I said, Because obviously there's this year, so obviously like I've seen all this stuff, but like I'm hoping there's not going to be any issues for like bad endings and stuff. Oh, like there's also a achievement of refusing to help Bryce 99 times. that was pretty funny. But yes, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll be back maybe sometime on the weekend, maybe depending on both our schedules and stuff. But at the very least, I will assume if we do a live stream again, it will most likely be on the weekend, or we will take some time to record throughout the week, and you'll see a video of that in the future. Do you have any final words?
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Eventually. Soon, TM,
Yes.
at least for me.
Yes. Happy New Year's for the last 5 hours, however long it is for this New Year's it is for people. And hope to see you guys in the future. Bye!
Bye!